Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and today is going to be a super special episode of Let's Play Warcraft with Zoronden. Today, we are going to be going on a grand adventure to get a Ravager pet from the Draenei starting zone, or the secondary zone, actually, Blood Mist Isle. Which means I have to do a crazy, insane journey here. I am going to adventure a very long distance. It's fair to say that a lot of this episode will actually be fast-forwarded. What you're going to see is me swim all the way out of Stranglethorn from Grand Grawl base camp through Westfall. I probably will run through Westfall because I'm low enough that, or high enough that that zone is okay. Then I'm going to go back into the ocean, swim into the Stormwind Harbor, at which point I will have to get on the boat to Teldrassil. At Teldrassil, I will have to get onto the Draenei boat to Azure Mist Isle, and then at Azure Mist Isle, I will be able to run up to Blood Mist, finally tame the Ravager, and hearth out. It is a crazy, insane journey. It will involve many deaths and lots of fast forwards. Currently, as you can see, I am swimming out of Stranglethorn through Westfall. I fast forwarded a little bit. I'm going to show you a lot of my major death points, things like that, but the rest of the major video where it's just boring swimming or running, you're not going to see in normal speed. So sit back, enjoy the insane journey, and watch my character do his thing. And you actually did notice I aggroed a Murloc early on there. My spider, of course, was able to save me at least for a little bit. And I tend to try and let him use that, or do that, and it tends to get me out of some shady spots. I had it happen a few times earlier when I was doing other things, so it's fairly useful. Now, you will also notice I spent some time with engineering. I had the engineering window open for a little bit, and you can see here that I got up to 143 engineering. So I transferred some items over from the Alliance side. So my engineering is now 143. My mining is now 89, very close to iron at level 10. It's kind of funny. First aid is up to 49, cooking at 52, and I have 4 20-slot bags. That is obviously a lot of space available there. Very nice. Plus, you'll notice I have 424 gold now. Obviously, all those factors are going to help me level very much. Anyways, I'm going to stop chatting here and get to the speed part of this this adventure. So, sit back, relax, and engage. So you just noticed I am now in Westfall, and I'm actually found a rare spawn here, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out really quick and hopefully get something nice. We'll see if we get anything worthwhile here. Fairly easy to take him out. And I got a leather breastplate of intellect. Well, a cloth breastplate of intellect. Even more worthless. I'm going to start running through Westfall here, but while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to go ahead and choose my talent tree here. I am going to go with Beast Mastery because I want to be able to tame any pet I come across, and we can make, you know, special episodes, special adventures to go capture rare pets and odd pets, things like that. So I will be a Beast Master Hunter. And of course, that gets me kill command, and that allows me to give a command to kill, causing your pet instantly to inflict 120 damage to its target. So a nice little ability there, and obviously some bonus damage coming out of such. And I think that's all it does. Pet must be within 25 yards, give the kill command. That's kind of obvious. And I actually just got a quest for Westfall. I might hold on to that. We might come back and do that just for the heck of it. Either way, I'm going to resume speedrunning here for you and try to get out of Westfall as I keep aggroing Murlocs. Luckily, they are low enough that with my BOA gear, they're pretty easy to solo. Anyways, back to it. You may be noticing a lot of spinning here. If you've never played a hunter, there's a tactic where you can simply jump and spin, and it allows you to get off your instant casts without actually losing any forward momentum. It's just a simple ability where you jump in the air and you spin. Obviously, it's a bit of micro, but in these situations where I'm getting attacked, it can definitely possibly save my life, as it should have there. But those vultures are actually going to get me. That is going to be my first death of the run, I believe. Yes, indeed it is. Whoopsies. We'll, of course, get back to it. Alright, you're going to notice I am now, of course, entering into Stormwind Harbor here. I do expect at least 1, if not 2 to 3 deaths here. The key here is to get on the edge of the dock, and then as a ghost, I'm going to wait for the boat. There, of course, I did die. So this is going to be a rather lengthy segment, because I have to run from the Redwood logging camp. I believe it's Redwood. So, of course, it's going to be a considerable run every death. Obviously, I'm going to try my best to mitigate those deaths, but such is going to happen. So, obviously, I'm going to fast forward through most of the death here. Most of the time, you're not even actually going to see me dead because you don't need to watch a ghost running. So, yeah, I'll be back with you when I'm alive, and you'll see me die again. Alright, so you're going to notice here the boat for Darnassus is, of course, pulling up. And I am right here on the dock. My corpse is right here, so I'm going to enter into the boat and get as far back in it as I can. Try to hide in a corner. I'm going to resurrect right here. I'm going to try and wait until I realize the boat is moving, because that'll typically keep you safer. So you wait a few seconds here. It obviously can be pretty hard to tell if the boat's moving from inside. So I'm just going to kind of sit right here, wait till I start seeing it move, and I got to try and get away from the sentinel, try to be out of line of sight, and hope they don't aggro. Because if you could stay alive to the other continent, that is a huge benefit. Obviously, being dead on the boat will occasionally, or at least should, carry your corpse into the next continent, which then you can resurrect at the graveyard, and that should work. But we're gonna run this gambit here. I've done this plenty of times in the past, but I have not done it for a while, so I don't know if they've changed anything. So there it is. We're gonna run back here, gonna resurrect right there, and hide in the corner. Now you will notice I'm out of combat, so I'm okay. I should be able to get into the next continent here, and at that point, the goal is to try and get off the boat, which, of course, with that sentinel right there and only being a level 11, they do one-shot me, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we're definitely going to get to the other continent. So there, of course, is the loading screen. Now, I want to try and wait a little bit until we're at the dock, because I don't want to have to jump out in the middle of the water. Now, worse things could happen, but better safe than sorry. Now, I'm going to move a little bit here. I don't know if this guy will attack me, so I want to stay away from him. I don't think he will, but he might call for sentinels. So I'm going to open up the map here, and it looks like we're at the dock, so I'm actually going to run for it right now. I'm going to go out. I guess there's only one door to go out of, but if I do that there, and oh my gosh, I almost made the dock. Whew. I have actually no idea where my corpse is going to be. Oh, it's very close. Very close, actually. That is very good. I assumed it would be up on Teldrassil. And, of course, there is going to be the boat to Exodar, which is what we're going to want next. And we're going to have to do the same thing, but obviously with the boat being, or the graveyard being much closer than it was with Elwyn Forest, it's not going to be as much of an issue. So I'm going to get over here to this little ramp. Should run up. I don't think my corpse will leave with the boat. if the boat leaves, I think it'll stay static. Either way, I'm so close to the dock. I don't see a problem in getting there in time before the boat leaves anyways. And what I'm going to do is jump in the water, and I should be able to swim all the way over. And we're about to find out if my body stayed there or not. It looks like I'm absolutely fine. Ooh, crap. It actually did just go with the boat. Oh, no. Alright, so I'm going to cut here. Basically, what I'm going to do is wait for the boat to come back and hope my corpse is still on the boat. So I'll see you guys when the boat gets back, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't sit in deep sea and basically be in a fatigue area. Alright, so the boat here is actually coming back. You can see my corpse is moving back with it. So your corpse does stay static on the boat, which is unfortunate. But the thankful thing is you can actually just wait for it to path back to you. And so I jumped off the bridge there into the water. No mobs got me or anything like that. I did just notice an alliance fly over me. I don't think they saw me in the water here. I am PvP flagged, so I mean they could easily kill me, probably in one shot, frankly. But I'm gonna swim on over here, and I should be able to get close to this boat. I don't expect to get on this one. It actually got here quite a while ago. I expect it to leave any second now. And I do expect there to be guards on the dock. I can't see them at the moment, but I don't know why there wouldn't be guards on the dock. Obviously, there's going to be guards on the boat, too, which will probably kill me before I can get on it. But it looks like I can get up right here, so I'm going to do that. Oh, maybe I can't. There's actually... Oh, yes, I can. Hot dog. And I might actually be able to sneak on the boat here. Oh, it's not going to make it. Let's see if we can, like, clip on a side. No, no clipping on a side. Alright, well, I'm actually going to be able to wait for the boat to come back while I'm alive. Again, I'm not going to make you watch that, so we'll see you when that gets here. Alright, the boat here is coming up. I'm going to die pretty quick, but I'm going to try and get on it ASAP here. And there we are. We're on the boat. Nobody's aggroing. Oh, this is fantastic. I expected everybody to aggro me on the boat, but I don't think the boat's actually got, like, real guards. I don't know, those loon guys look kind of threatening. They're not doing anything. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited. I expected to die here again, have my 5th or 6th death. What I'm going to do here is sit on the little pier or point or whatever the heck this is called. King of the World spot, you know, that thing. Because when it pulls into Exodar, I can actually jump off of it and swim to shore and avoid any of the guards at the dock area. So that is a slight advantage here, and I mean, we should be golden at this point. I should be able to get to the next Ravager without any deaths as long as I can get past the one roadway without the guards. And that shouldn't be too difficult. I've done it. Well, I've run that road plenty of times on Alliance. I can't think of any times on Horde, actually. I think this is my first time doing this on Horde. But, I mean, I've done plenty of these little adventures with Hunter characters over the years. One of my favorites was always going to either Tristfall Glades to get the rare bat spawn for Alliance characters, or to get a raptor from the Orc Troll starting areas. And those are great adventures. You do have to take a Zeppelin or something to get them, and it can be difficult. Actually, you don't have to take a Zeppelin. It just makes it a lot quicker if you do. But such is the case that I think we're good now. I mean, I think we should be able to get right to it. So, away we go, I guess. Alright, so we've loaded into the island here. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the water, swim to shore. We're going to run around the little station up here. I believe there are some guards there. I'm not 100% positive on that. But obviously good to avoid them. Of course, there are some Alliance characters around as well. But as long as I stay out of Exodar's city zone, I shouldn't get flagged. Because this is a PvE server, so it's not like it's a contested zone or anything like that. I should be safe. And none of the creatures are going to be any higher than what I'm used to, so nothing should kill me. I am going to res up my spider. Oh, I just got to recall my spider. That way I have a little bit of a bodyguard here. And what we'll do is run up, kind of hug these lakes, and then up across this ridge here, and up north, and that's where the Ravagers are going to be, just inside of Blood Mist. Pretty simple to get to at this point. It is a clear road, so away we go. Soon we'll have our Ravager. Now, I'm looking at Petopia.com, and it seems that there are 3 different Ravagers. There seems to be a blue and green variant, a orange variant, and a red and green variant. Now, I believe the orange is a rare that is only able to be accessed if an alliance does a quest that opens the cage. Because what they do is they get a quest to kill a specifically bad Ravager, and they open a cage with a key, and then you kill it. I believe the only way I can tame that is if they open the cage. So I'm not going to be doing that, but that leaves me with 2 distinctive options of a red and green Ravager or the red or green and blue, and I think I like the green and blue better. He seems to have some frills on his back that the red and green does not have. So if I can find the red and blue, or green and blue rather, which actually I think is the most common up there, that is the one I'll be grabbing. It does say that they're only level 10, but I believe all hunter pets automatically level up to your level now. They got rid of pet leveling basically, so that should be fine. They're, again, the red and greens are 10 or 11, which, again, just doesn't matter anymore. So, those are the 3 options, and again, I'm probably going to go with the green and blue. Of course, if I do see the orange, I'm going to grab that, and I do know where that is, so I'm going to run up there and just at least try it, because I believe he's always up inside his cage unless he's been killed recently, so I might be able to target him through his cage and still tame him. So, it's at least worth a shot, and we'll give it a go. Get rid of this Night Stalker hitting me. A Night Stalker was one of the recommendations that I tame, but I figured those are a little too simple to get. And since Night Elves start with them, I don't consider them that exciting. I'd rather get something that is, you know, solely unique, at least non-starter. And I figured the Ravager is so hard to get because you have to get onto the Draenei starting islands, which so few people realize how to do it or care to take the time to do it. So I figured that would be a good choice, and I don't remember who recommended that, but I do want to thank them. I'm actually going to run a little bit here, and I think I can look you up, whoever recommended that, because I do want to give you a shout out for recommending that, because it was a good choice. I was originally going to go with a snow leopard, but I think the Ravager is a better choice, and obviously that's why I've gone and gotten it. So I'm going to run a little bit here and see if I can find who recommended that to me. We're getting towards the end of Azure Mist, so we're actually pretty close to the Ravagers here. It looks like Mr. Mohan Barath recommended me, and oh my gosh, the video's talking. Let me pause that. You might have heard a little bit of that. You might not have. I don't know. But it was me talking again, so it's not a big deal. Yes, Mr. Mohan Barath. I believe I know who you are. Beyond Mr. Mohan Barath. Gosh. There we go. Yes, that is, Mr. Monday. That is what I thought. So, Mr. Mohan Barath is Mr. Monday, and I, of course, want to thank Mr. Monday, Mr. Mohan Barath, for the recommendation of the Ravager. That is a very good decision, very good choice, and that's why I'm getting it. So, thank you to you. That is your shout-out here. And if you want to see some of Mr. Monday's or Mr. Mohan Barath's other submissions to me, he has submitted quite a few StarCraft games. So if you want to check that out, just kind of search in YouTube Mr. Monday and Zoronden, and you'll get some of those StarCraft matches that I have casted of him playing. So, big shout out to him and a thank you for all of that. And here we are on Bloodmist Isle now, and we're going to get our Ravager very soon. There, of course, are the Bloodmist hatchlings. So actually the hatchling, the red and green variant, is the most common. But I am going to try and find the Death Ravager, which is the green and blue variant. And I think they might be over here somewhere. We're going to avoid these guys for a second. Hopefully I can get out of here before they beat me up. Looks like I got flagged a bit ago. I'm not sure where that happened. Might need to take these guys down, actually. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Actually, there's only one there. I thought we had more than one on us. Alright, I am going to very quickly see if I can find where these green and blue ones are. And we're going to be coming up on the orange one pretty soon here. He's up around the bend a little bit. Trying to avoid these bears. I don't need to play with any bears. Of course, I'm aggroing about every single bear there is. Yeah, so far it's just the green and red ones. I don't know why I rolled my R there. That was that was interesting. When all else fails, roll your R's, I guess. I thought I knew where the caged one was. I thought he was up. Oh, I think he was on the... Is he on... No, he's not on the previous island. Pretty sure he's up here in the corner. Okay, the red and green ones appear to be actually on the previous island. Okay, so I'm gonna head to the previous island then. See what I can find. And, avoid killing these. Because obviously the Bloodmist Isle starts to hit up to 13 to like 18 area. Azure Mist is 1 to 10 roughly. So that appears to be where the red and blue and green ones are. Let's see if I can find where the orange guy lives very quickly here. Oh boy, more aggros. Need to get off the beach here. My spider is apparently dead, and that is a lot of guys. I think one of my dynamite stuns here. Oh. Let's just pause for a second. And there we go. A little bit of a stun. I got a couple of them. Or one of them. Yes, the orange one is definitely down on Azure Mist as well. So I actually went a little too far. It's been a long time since I've done this. Too bad that Night Elf's outrunning me. I'd love to go up to him and confuse the heck out of him. It's always fun to run up to people when you're in the wrong zone and they're just kind of like, what is that guy doing here? Get away from these guys. I'm not enjoying their interactions with me. Alright, I should be able to swim over this gap. Oh, let's check out the Alliance guy here. Let's wave to him. Doesn't even care. Just gonna keep on rolling. Alright. Fair enough. I guess he did stop running around there anyways. As a Beastmaster, I believe I can tame these moths, so I could actually tame a moth as well. But frankly, I don't care about moths. How boring. Who wants a moth pet? Let's get out of here. Is that Alliance? No, he just went about his business. How boring. I always find it fun when they decide to follow you or something and just to find out what you're up to. I mean, it is an MMO, and I like to interact with people when I find them, especially at the lower levels, because you don't run into people as often. So I think it's really fun to just interact with somebody, even if they're the opposite faction. Heck, especially if they're opposite faction. You can follow them around, try to figure out what they're up to, especially when they're in the wrong zones. Something quirky, something fun like that is really... It's a little spark of entertainment that you should grab onto and explore, because after all, it is an MMO. It is a massively multiplayer game. So every once in a while, you should really step back and embrace that aspect of the game and have fun with that. And frankly, if you're not, you're missing out on one of the greatest aspects of these type of games. It is interacting with other people. And frankly, when you can't speak their language, which is technically what Alliance and Horde are, that is just pure entertainment to me, because you have to do other things, you have to wonder what they're up to, and since they are the opposite faction, you got to kind of wonder what they're doing. And oh no, the blue and green one's the one I wanted is in the cage. I may not be able to get the one I wanted. Alright, I'm going to dismiss my spider here and hope I can summon or tame this guy. Oh, I can't get him through the cage. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, the one I wanted. Oh, I'm really disappointed right now. This is the guy I was totally jonesing after. And I don't have anybody that can let him out. Well, I think I'm going to go with my consolation prize. I think I'm going to go ahead and get one of the orange ones. That is the one I thought was going to be rare. I have too many pets already? No! You gotta be kidding me. Can I just abandon? There, I can abandon him. Oh, bye, Bites. Ravager's better. Let's get a Ravager. Alright, so consolation prize. We're gonna get an orange Ravager. I think that's okay. I'm happy with that. Obviously, I would have loved to have a green and blue one. But, again, I'm not gonna wait for a Draenei to come and open that cage. That could take hours, even days. Honestly, it'd be quicker for myself to level a character and do that. But I don't want to do that either. So, such is the case, guys. We got our Ravager. It's a nice orange guy. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. And nobody my level is going to have a Ravager. So, that's going to be awesome. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. I am, of course, Zoronden. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Please do thumbs up and subscribe so I can bring you more World of Warcraft action. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the other side.